In Flanders Fields captures the very essence of the sacrifices that were made for the freedom, peace, and security that we enjoy in Canada today. And the message comes to us through the eyes, the thoughts, and the feelings of a soldier. John McCrae was a Canadian soldier in World War I, and he wrote the poem after witnessing the horrors and pain and suffering on the battlefields of World War I. As the story is told, it almost seems like a message from beyond the grave. And perhaps it's the way that John McCrae had intended it to be. It tells us that freedom isn't free, that it comes at a very high price of bloodshed and lives. And that price has been paid in many places around the world by Canadians. Our freedoms were bought and paid for on the fields of Flanders, on the slopes of Vimy Ridge, on the beaches of Normandy, on the waters of the North Atlantic, in the skies over Europe, in the deserts of Africa, in the jungles of Burma, in the streets of Hong Kong, in the hills of Korea, and in the mountains of Afghanistan. John McCrae did not survive World War I, but his poem has been with us down through the years and has become our touchstone of remembrance. In Flanders Fields. In Flanders Fields, the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row that mark our place. While in the sky, the blark, still bravely singing, flies, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Field. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you, from feeling hands we throw, the torch, be yours to hold it high. If you break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep till poppies grow in Flanders Fields. And many times there have been a response to in Flanders Fields, and I think one of the most wonderful responses that I can remember was just a short time ago after making one of these presentations. I had a lady come up to me, and she was an elderly lady, and she was having trouble walking. She walked with a cane, but she come up with a big smile on her face and said, "I want you to know how much that presentation meant to me." She said, "I came to Canada as a war bride just after World War II. She said, I have seen the crosses row and row. I know what it's like to lose my freedom. And I'm so happy and so proud to stand here today and wear this poppy." And I thought, wow, what a testimonial that was, to have a lady like that come up and say those words. I thought that was just wonderful. Another response to In Flanders Fields comes in the form of a verse from the poem from Robert Lawrence Binion. The poem's name is For the Fallen, and this verse is also known as the Act of Remembrance. They shall grow not old as we who are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. When I hear the poem Flanders Fields, it sends me a message, and I think of three things. The first thing I think of are the words of Christ taken from the Bible and the Gospel according to John, chapter 15, verse 13. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man laid down his life for his friends. The second thing I think of is the gift, that priceless gift of freedom that we all enjoy. And the third thing I think of is the responsibility. The responsibility we have to stand tall and proud as Canadians and hold high that torch of freedom that has been passed to us by all those brave sons and daughters of Canada who went to war and never came home. In closing, let me say it's been my pleasure to share my views and my perceptions and the messages that I get from the poems in Flanders Fields. And in the spirit of remembrance, I hope everyone is able to take a message from that and from what we have said today.